Your washing machine is broken, the laundromat's down the block, and you desperately need clean clothes, maybe for tomorrow's big meeting or an important event. What do you do when modern convenience isn't an option? The Amish have been living without washing machines for generations. From hand crank machines that double as arm workouts to washboards that tackle the toughest stains, they do it sustainably. The wringer washer. When you step into an Amish wash house, the centerpiece of their laundry routine is often the wringer washer. For Amish households, these trusty machines are as indispensable as smartphones are to English households. That's what the Amish call non-Amish folks. But don't let their vintage appearance fool you. While they may look like relics from another era, wringer washers are great inventions of practical engineering, embodying the Amish commitment to simplicity and resourcefulness. If you don't know what a wringer washer is or have never heard of it, at its core, it's a straightforward yet ingenious appliance. Picture a large metal tub with an agitator at its center, designed to stir clothes in soapy water, removing dirt and stains. At the top, two rollers form the wringer, which presses water out of freshly washed clothes as you feed them through. Since electricity isn't a key part of the Amish way of life, these machines are typically powered by gas engines or compressed air systems. Some communities have even modified them to operate using hand cranks, keeping them entirely mechanical. Water is a critical component in this process, and most Amish families draw it from wells or natural springs on their property. Many have gravity-fed water systems that pipe spring water directly to their wash houses. Small, separate buildings dedicated to laundry. It's a system that blends old-world craftsmanship with a touch of modern practicality, ensuring efficiency without reliance on electricity. In an Amish household or community, laundry day is a bustling affair. The wash house becomes the heart of activity, filled with the rhythmic hum of washers and the chatter of family members working together. Clothes are washed, wrung out, and often hung to dry on long outdoor lines, even in the chill of winter. The benefits of wringer washers extend far beyond their charming vintage appeal. For one, they use significantly less water than many modern machines, something that might surprise those unfamiliar with Amish practices. Additionally, the gentler agitation process helps clothing last longer, as it avoids the wear and tear caused by tumbling in electric machines. For a community that values sustainability and thriftiness, these advantages are invaluable. Maintenance is another strong suit of these machines. Unlike modern washers, which often require expensive repairs or complete replacements, wringer washers are built to last. When something breaks, it's usually a simple fix, and parts are often readily available or can be fashioned locally. This resilience aligns perfectly with the Amish ethos of self-reliance. One aspect I find particularly endearing is how visible the process is. Unlike modern washing machines, where you simply hope for the best, wringer washers let you see your clothes being cleaned and wrung out. There's a certain satisfaction in that transparency, in knowing exactly how each garment is treated. You don't need to live off-grid to appreciate or even adopt aspects of this method. If you're looking for an eco-friendly or emergency alternative to modern washing machines, a wringer washer could be a game changer. Many are still manufactured today, and vintage models can often be found at estate sales or antique shops. Powering them is simpler than you might think. Gas engines, solar panels, or even manual cranks can make them functional without electricity. To use one, you'll need a water source, a soap of your choice, and a bit of elbow grease. Fill the washer with water, add detergent, and let the agitator work its magic. After washing, feed each garment through the wringer to remove excess water. While it's more hands-on than pressing a button, it's an excellent way to save energy, connect with traditional practices, and even teach kids about the value of hard work. As incredible as the wringer washer is, some Amish communities take their laundry routines even further back to basics. Let's crank things up, literally, and explore a method that doubles as a bicep workout. The hand-cranked agitator. When it comes to traditional Amish laundry methods, few tools are as iconic or as physically demanding as the hand-cranked agitator. It's a staple in the Schwarzentruber Amish communities, known for their strict adherence to old-world traditions. If you ever find yourself visiting Amish families in upstate New York or parts of Minnesota, chances are you'll see these devices in action. At first glance, a hand-cranked agitator is your typical minimalistic invention. Imagine a sturdy stick outfitted with paddle-like attachments at its base. The concept is straightforward. You submerge it in a tub of soapy water and turn the handle, agitating the clothes until they're clean. It's reminiscent of an old-fashioned butter churn, except instead of creamy butter, you end up with fresh laundry and sore arms. Water is key to this process, and Amish families often rely on creative setups to ensure a steady supply. These devices typically use 10 to 12 gallons of water per load, which is even less than a wringer washer requires. Many Amish homes have large barrels stationed near their washing areas, often filled with rainwater collected from roof gutters. I once visited a family in Missouri who took this concept to the next level. Their barrel was ingeniously connected to their roof's gutter system, channeling rainwater directly into the washing station. It was a perfect example of the Amish philosophy, working smarter, not harder. The hand-cranked agitator doesn't just clean clothes, it brings the whole family together. On laundry day, it's common to see multiple generations pitching in, whether it's cranking the agitator, rinsing clothes, or hanging them out to dry. It's a community effort that transforms a mundane chore into a bonding experience. There's a certain charm to the simplicity of a hand-cranked agitator. For starters, it's nearly indestructible. With no engines or electrical components, there's virtually nothing to break. And if something does go wrong, a few basic tools and a bit of know-how are usually enough to fix it. This durability makes it a perfect fit for the Amish lifestyle, where self-reliance and longevity are highly valued. Another major advantage is the control it offers. Unlike modern machines that operate on fixed cycles, a hand-cranked agitator lets you tailor the process to the needs of each load. Have a particularly stubborn stain? Just crank a little harder. Washing delicate fabrics? Go easy on the paddles. This hands-on approach ensures that every item gets exactly the care it needs. But perhaps the greatest appeal lies in its portability. Unlike bulky washing machines that are tied to a power source, a hand-cranked agitator can be used anywhere. It's not uncommon for Amish families to take these devices along for community events or even trips to remote locations. While I doubt many Amish folks are planning camping trips, these tools are perfect for off-grid living, or even modern families looking for a sustainable alternative during emergencies. For those intrigued by this old-fashioned approach, incorporating a hand-cranked agitator into your routine is easier than you might think. These devices are still available for purchase and are relatively inexpensive compared to modern washing machines. You'll need a sturdy tub, a source of water, and a bit of determination. Start by filling your tub with 10 to 12 gallons of water and adding your detergent of choice. Place the clothes in the water, insert the agitator, and get to work. You'll quickly find a rhythm, and while it's a bit of a workout, it's also surprisingly satisfying. Once the clothes are thoroughly agitated, rinse them in clean water, wring them out, and hang them to dry. Not only is this method sustainable and energy efficient, but it also offers a unique connection to the past. It's a chance to slow down, appreciate the effort behind everyday tasks, and perhaps even strengthen bonds with those helping you. Speaking of elbow grease, there's another timeless tool that's been scrubbing away dirt for generations, and it's as iconic as it is effective. The trusty washboard. If you think of hand-cranked agitators as the gym memberships of Amish laundry, washboards are the original six-pack makers. These ribbed wonders remain a staple in many conservative Amish households, especially among the Nebraska Amish of Pennsylvania, a group with a name as geographically puzzling as it is fascinating. Despite the increasing popularity of other methods, washboards endure, often reserved for tackling those extra tough stains or as a reliable backup. The washboard's design is as straightforward as it gets. A corrugated surface, usually made of metal or glass, set into a sturdy wooden frame. Clothes are scrubbed against its ridges to loosen dirt and grime, often with a bar of soap applied directly to the fabric. Amish families typically set up their washboards in large tubs, usually 2 per station. One tub holds the soapy water for washing and the other contains clean water for rinsing. Each tub requires about 5 to 7 gallons of water, which might not seem like much until you factor in the need to refresh that water multiple times throughout a full day of laundry. Getting the water to these tubs is a feat of ingenuity in itself. Manual hand pumps or gas-powered systems are common for drawing water from wells, while others take advantage of nearby springs with gravity-fed systems. My favourite example of this creativity comes from an Amish family I met in Pawnee City, Nebraska. They built their wash house on a slight incline, allowing gravity to do most of the work in moving water between tubs. For all its simplicity, the washboard is surprisingly effective. One of its greatest strengths lies in its ability to target stubborn stains, those seemingly indelible marks left behind by muddy baseball slides or adventurous kids' antics. When little Jacob decides to dive headfirst into a puddle during church picnics, the washboard is the go-to tool for saving his Sunday best. The water efficiency of this method is another advantage. Compared to larger systems like wringer washers, washboards use significantly less water, making them ideal for families looking to conserve resources. Maintenance is almost non-existent, as there are no moving parts to break or repair. Plus, the physical effort involved in scrubbing clothes doubles as a workout. Some Amish women even joke that you can identify seasoned washboard users by their impressively strong forearms. Laundry day with a washboard is a hands-on experience quite literally. Each garment is worked individually, with a rhythm that might remind you of kneading dough or polishing wood. It's a method that demands patience, strength, and a bit of technique, but for the Amish, it's just another part of life's rhythm. For those curious about incorporating this timeless method into their own routines, washboards are still widely available and affordable. Begin by filling your tub with about 5 to 7 gallons of water and adding soap to create a mild lather. Submerge the garment, rub it against the washboard's ridges, and watch as the dirt lifts away. This method is particularly useful for those tough stains that modern washing machines can't seem to handle. While it's undoubtedly more work than pressing a button on a machine, the washboard offers a tangible connection to simpler times and a chance to engage in a more intentional, sustainable way of life. Of course, no matter how great your tools are, they're only as good as the soap you use. And when it comes to soap, the Amish don't just buy it, they make it, using recipes that have stood the test of time. Amish homemade soaps and stain removers. If there's one thing that makes manual laundry methods truly shine, it's the powerhouse cleaning solutions crafted by Amish families. These aren't your average store-bought detergents with unpronounceable ingredients. Instead, they're homemade soaps and stain removers rooted in time-tested recipes passed down through generations. Practical, effective, and sustainable, these soaps are the real heroes of Amish laundry. The foundation of Amish laundry soap is surprisingly simple, yet incredibly effective. Most families start with lye, traditionally made from wood ashes, a perfect example of recycling in action. The lye is mixed with rendered fat, such as lard or tallow, often sourced from their own livestock. Water is then added to create the base soap. For added cleaning power, many families include borax and washing soda, both natural minerals that boost stain removal. What sets Amish soap apart isn't just its cleaning capabilities, it's the care put into its creation. Scents are derived from herbs grown in their own gardens, like lavender, mint or lemon balm, giving the soaps a fresh, natural aroma without any artificial chemicals. One Amish woman I met shared a piece of wisdom that stuck with me. If you can't pronounce what's in your soap, it probably shouldn't be cleaning your clothes. It's a philosophy that highlights their dedication to simplicity and purity. Homemade cleaners are more than just a charming tradition. They're a necessity for Amish families. Their daily work on farms, in furniture workshops, or around the homestead often leads to stains that most commercial detergents simply can't handle. Whether it's sap from chopping wood, oil from machinery, or the mud and manure cocktail that seems to follow farm kids everywhere, these soaps get the job done. As one Amish father joked, if our soap can clean a boy's clothes after a day of helping birth calves, it can clean anything. That level of effectiveness, paired with the affordability of homemade solutions, makes them indispensable. Store-bought detergents aren't just less effective for these tasks, they're also unnecessary expenses when you have all the ingredients for a better alternative right in your home. For stain removal, the Amish rely on tried and true methods that often outshine commercial solutions. Grass stains are tackled with a paste of vinegar and baking soda, while grease stains from farm equipment vanish under the magic of cornstarch and hydrogen peroxide. One of the most effective treatments? Sunshine. They'll wet a stained item, rub it with homemade soap, and let it sit in direct sunlight, allowing nature to work as a gentle yet powerful bleach. The beauty of these homemade cleaners is their simplicity, making them accessible even to beginners. Here's a basic recipe that anyone can try. The ingredients you need is 1 cup of grated Castile soap, or any plain bar soap, 1 to 2 cup of washing soda, and 1-2 cup of borax. Mix these ingredients thoroughly, and you'll have a powdered laundry soap that's both effective and eco-friendly. For particularly stubborn stains, you can create a paste by combining baking soda, a small amount of water, and a splash of vinegar. I recently tried this on a coffee stain, and I was blown away. It worked better than any commercial product I've ever used. Even if you're not living off-grid, these soaps are an excellent alternative for anyone looking to reduce chemical use, save money, or simply embrace a more hands-on approach to daily chores. They're also incredibly adaptable. Want a natural scent? Add a few drops of essential oil, or try infusing the soap with herbs from your garden. For the Amish, making soap is more than just a chore. It's a reflection of their values. It embodies self-sufficiency, sustainability, and a deep connection to their land. The process also brings families together. Whether it's gathering wood ashes, rendering lard, or stirring the soap mixture, every step becomes an opportunity to teach younger generations the importance of resourcefulness. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of these homemade solutions is how they connect us to a simpler, more intentional way of life. They remind us that we don't always need high-tech gadgets or synthetic chemicals to solve our problems. Sometimes the best solutions are the ones that have been with us all along, quietly waiting for us to rediscover them. Now that we know the secret behind their soap, let's take a closer look at how all these elements come together. What does a typical Amish laundry day really look like? An Amish laundry day. Now, everything we've learnt about how the Amish do their laundry leads to here, and once the homemade soap is ready, the real work begins. Amish laundry day isn't just about cleaning clothes. It's a finely tuned process that combines tradition, efficiency, and community. For many families, it starts before dawn, often around 4:30 a.m., with the kind of coordination and teamwork that would put professional choreographers to shame. The first step is sorting, but don't think it's as simple as separating lights and darks. Amish families sort their clothes by levels of dirtiness: regular, everyday wear, extra dirty work clothes, and the dreaded "I don't even want to know what that stain is" pile, usually the kids' play clothes. Each category requires a different approach, with the dirtiest items getting a pre-soak in warm water mixed with homemade soap. From there, the actual washing begins. The least dirty clothes, like Sunday church attire, are washed first, followed by progressively dirtier items. This prevents water and soap from being wasted too soon. Each load is handled with care, whether by hand, using a washboard, or with the help of a wringer washer or hand-cranked agitator. The process is methodical: scrubbing, agitating, rinsing, usually twice, wringing out, and finally preparing the clothes for drying. It's as thorough as a spa treatment for clothes, though far more labour-intensive. To manage this workload, most families dedicate 2 days to the task. Mondays and Thursdays are common choices. The washing area is typically a wash house or a section of the barn, keeping the water and soap far from the living quarters. In some cases, clever pulley systems are used to move heavy water buckets. One of the most fascinating quirks of Amish laundry is their focus on fabric type rather than colour. While they do separate lights and darks to avoid dingy whites, their primary concern is how different materials interact. For instance, denim is washed separately because it's tough on lighter fabrics. Wool garments get special care to prevent shrinkage, and those iconic plain cotton dresses and shirts, the staples of Amish clothing, are washed together, as the natural dyes they use rarely bleed. Even the drying process reflects their ingenuity. Clothes are hung on long outdoor lines where the sun and wind do their work naturally. In bad weather, drying racks are often set up inside the wash house or barn. It's a system that's as practical as it is sustainable, ensuring that even on rainy days, the laundry gets done. For the Amish, laundry isn't just about cleanliness, it's a teaching moment. An Amish grandmother once shared, "It's about showing the young ones the value of work and the importance of caring for what we have." This sentiment underscores the deeper purpose of their methods. It's also a community effort. Multiple family members, from children to grandparents, contribute to the day's work. Whether it's scrubbing, rinsing, or hanging clothes to dry, everyone plays a role. The hours spent together build bonds and reinforce the idea that hard work is rewarding and meaningful. The practical benefits are undeniable too. By focusing on proper sorting and care, Amish families extend the lifespan of their clothes, saving money and reducing waste. The absence of electricity further reduces their environmental impact, making their methods a model of sustainability. While you might not wake up at 4:30 a.m. or handle 20 loads of laundry in a single day, there's a lot to learn from the Amish approach. Start with better sorting. Instead of just dividing clothes by colour, consider the type of fabric and the level of dirtiness. For those looking to take sustainability a step further, consider creating a dedicated laundry space. This could be as simple as setting up a drying rack in a well-ventilated area or creating a small outdoor line to let nature do the drying. If you're feeling ambitious, try incorporating some manual methods like hand cranking or using a washboard for tougher stains. It's a great workout and surprisingly satisfying. Even the Amish philosophy of teamwork can inspire modern households. Involve your family in the laundry process, turning it into an opportunity to teach children responsibility and the value of caring for their belongings. While it might not be as fast as tossing clothes into an electric washer, it's a way to slow down and appreciate the work that goes into everyday tasks. Once the clothes are washed, the next step is getting them dry. But without electric dryers, how do the Amish manage to keep up with their massive loads of laundry? Let's step outside and uncover their ingenious drying methods. The art of Amish clothes drying. When it comes to drying clothes, the Amish have mastered a method that's as eco-friendly as it is effective. While most of us push a button and rely on energy-guzzling dryers, Amish families embrace the time-tested power of the humble clothesline. But don't mistake its simplicity for a lack of sophistication. There's a real science to Amish clothes drying that's as meticulous as their approach to washing. Clotheslines in Amish communities are ubiquitous, much like solar panels in modern neighbourhoods. They stretch across yards, often totalling 100 to 200 feet of line space per household. That might sound excessive, but when you're drying clothes for 10 people, sometimes more, it's absolutely necessary. These lines are strategically positioned to catch both morning and afternoon sun, ensuring optimal exposure. And in true Amish fashion, they're placed well away from dirt roads to keep freshly washed clothes from getting dusty. After all, nobody wants to wash the same shirt twice. The Amish also take weather watching to a whole new level, perfecting the skills that would put meteorologists to shame. They rely on what they call good drying weather, which includes sunshine, a gentle breeze, and low humidity. Their ability to predict rain is legendary, often more reliable than a smartphone's weather app. Smoke rising straight from chimneys signals calm weather, while the way leaves turn on trees or the unusual chirping of crickets might indicate rain is imminent. As one Amish farmer humorously noted, when the crickets get louder, it's time to grab the clothes. But what happens when snow blankets the fields and temperatures plummet? The Amish have ingenious solutions for that too. Many families set up large indoor drying racks in their basements or attics, while others string lines inside their wash houses, using residual heat from water heating stoves to help dry the clothes. My personal favourite example comes from an Amish family in Minnesota who built a drying room adjacent to their kitchen. The warmth from their cooking stove not only heats the space, but also speeds up the drying process. Talk about multitasking. The benefits of these methods go beyond practicality. Unlike electric dryers, which can damage fabrics and cause shrinkage, line drying is gentle on clothes, helping them last longer. Sunlight acts as a natural bleach and disinfectant, while the breeze works as a fabric softener. One of the most delightful aspects of Amish line drying is how the smell of the clothes changes with the seasons. In spring, freshly dried garments carry the subtle aroma of apple blossoms and grass. Summer adds hints of wildflowers and hay, while autumn brings a crisp, leafy note. Winter, though, might be the most unique of all, with clothes taking on a clean, sharp scent that no artificial fragrance has ever matched. As my Amish friend Mary once said, every season has its own perfume, and it's always free. Different fabrics absorb these natural scents in unique ways. Cotton, the most common material for Amish clothing, acts like a sponge, soaking up all those wonderful outdoor aromas. Linen gains a satisfying crispness, and even heavy work clothes come in smelling fresh, at least until they head back to the barn. If you're inspired to try this sustainable approach, setting up a clothesline at home is a great place to start. Look for a sunny spot in your yard and invest in a sturdy line and clothespins. If space is limited or the weather doesn't cooperate, indoor drying racks are an excellent alternative. Pair this with natural, homemade soaps, and you'll be amazed at how fresh your laundry smells and how much energy you save. Drying clothes this way isn't just practical. It's an opportunity to reconnect with nature and enjoy a simpler, slower-paced routine. There's something deeply satisfying about stepping outside to collect clothes that smell like sunshine and fresh air. It's a small but meaningful way to bring a touch of Amish ingenuity into your everyday life. Now, here's where things really get interesting. The difference between modern, convenience-driven methods and the Amish approach isn't just in the process, it's in the results. Let's compare the artificial with the authentic. Natural freshness versus modern convenience. The difference between Amish laundry methods and modern practices couldn't be more striking. Commercial detergents rely heavily on artificial fragrances to create the illusion of cleanliness, often overpowering with scents that can trigger allergies or headaches. These synthetic perfumes cling to fabrics so persistently that they sometimes compete with your perfume, or worse, make you sneeze. In contrast, Amish laundry smells fresh in the truest sense of the word. It's the kind of clean that reminds you of crisp air and sunshine, subtle yet deeply satisfying. But the secret to Amish laundry's success isn't just in their methods, it's also in the materials they choose to wear. Their clothing isn't just practical, it's purpose-built to withstand the rigors of their lifestyle while making laundry day a bit easier. When it comes to Amish clothing, functionality takes centre stage. While their iconic black hats and bonnets are often what come to mind, their fabric choices go far beyond style. Each material is selected for its durability, practicality and comfort, ensuring it holds up through daily chores, farming and frequent washing. Cotton is the undisputed superstar of Amish wardrobes, but it's not the flimsy kind we associate with modern t-shirts. Instead, they favour heavyweight, durable cotton reminiscent of what our great-grandparents might have worn. For everyday dresses and shirts, Amish women often use cotton broadcloth, a fabric so sturdy it feels like it could weather a storm. One Amish woman joked, if our dresses were any tougher, they'd get up and wash themselves. For men's workwear, the focus shifts to fabrics like heavy-duty cotton twill or denim. These materials are tough enough to handle the demands of farm work while remaining breathable and comfortable. Here's a fascinating twist. These fabrics improve with age. As one Amish farmer proudly put it, "My work pants are older than some of my kids, and I have 8 children." Unlike the disposable nature of fast fashion, which tends to deteriorate after just a few washes, Amish work clothes become softer and more comfortable over time. When the occasion calls for something more formal, Amish men turn to wool, particularly for suits and winter garments. Wool's warmth and durability make it ideal for colder months, but it comes with its own set of challenges. Washing wool requires a delicate touch to avoid shrinking, a skill that has become a specialised tradition passed down through generations. There's a funny story that still circulates in one Amish community about a young man who decided to wash his own wool suit. He didn't realise the care it required and ended up with a suit so shrunken it would have fit his 10-year-old brother. Now, wool washing is often entrusted to the more experienced members of the family, ensuring no more suits meet a similar fate. The Amish approach to clothing materials isn't just about functionality, it's a statement of sustainability. By choosing durable fabrics that last for years, even decades, they avoid the wastefulness of modern fashion trends. These choices also simplify laundry day. Cotton broadcloth is easy to clean, and the natural dyes used in their clothing rarely bleed, allowing garments to be washed together without worry. Even denim and twill, though tougher on lighter fabrics, can be managed separately with minimal fuss. For those inspired by the Amish approach to fabrics, the lesson is simple. Choose quality over quantity. Investing in durable, natural materials can save money and effort in the long run, while reducing waste. Consider adding a few pieces of heavyweight cotton or twill to your wardrobe. They're not just practical for hard work, but also timelessly comfortable. Taking it a step further, think about the care you give your clothes. Learn how to properly wash delicate fabrics like wool, and consider repairing garments instead of discarding them. These small changes can make a big difference, both for your wallet and the planet. Now that we've explored how the Amish achieve such natural freshness, let's talk about the sheer scale of their laundry routine. Washing for a family of 10 isn't just a chore, it's a marathon of teamwork and efficiency. The full laundry list. When you think about laundry for a typical household, the sheer volume can feel overwhelming. Now, imagine managing the wardrobe of an Amish family of 10. An Amish family's laundry lineup is as diverse as it is substantial. Everyday dresses and aprons for women and girls, plain shirts and trousers for men and boys, Sunday best outfits, work clothes, nightwear, undergarments, stockings, handkerchiefs, and even the iconic black bonnets and hats all make their way into the rotation. Interestingly, those black hats rarely need washing. A good brush is often all they require to stay fresh. What's particularly clever about Amish clothing is how the fabric choices simplify laundry. Their fabrics are chosen not only for modesty and durability, but also for ease of cleaning. Darker colours, for instance, are excellent at hiding stains, a handy feature for farm work. Natural fibres like cotton are generally easier to clean than synthetic materials, which is another reason they dominate Amish wardrobes. Still, even with these advantages, challenges arise. As one Amish teen quipped while scrubbing a grass-stained dress, "Sometimes I wish we could wear those exercise clothes that just wipe clean." To truly understand the scale of an Amish laundry day, let's crunch some numbers. An average family of 10, which isn't unusual in Amish communities, typically handles 15 to 20 loads of laundry each week. That translates to about 60 to 80 individual pieces of clothing per laundry day. Multiply that by 2 weekly sessions, and you're looking at over 700 items in constant rotation. It's no wonder Amish families approach laundry with the precision of a well-organised operation. Breaking it down further, each family member generally has 6 to 7 everyday outfits, 1 or 2 Sunday best outfits, and a mix of nightwear and undergarments. Add in work clothes for the adults and older children, and the numbers climb quickly. Keeping the system running smoothly requires more than just effort. It demands coordination and a communal sense of responsibility. Laundry in an Amish household is rarely a solo task. It's a family affair, with the mother and daughters typically taking the lead. Girls as young as 8 are often brought into the fold, learning the ropes and contributing to the workflow. Tasks are divided to keep things efficient. One person scrubs or operates the washing equipment, another rinses, and a third takes on the critical job of hanging clothes to dry. This teamwork not only gets the job done, but also reinforces values of cooperation and shared responsibility. By the end of a laundry day, every family member has played a role in ensuring the household runs smoothly. This relentless dedication to laundry isn't just about cleanliness, it's a reflection of Amish values. The process instills a sense of discipline, respect for resources, and a deep appreciation for the effort that goes into maintaining a home. It's also a reminder of the power of teamwork, where even the youngest family members learn the importance of contributing to the greater good. While the scale of Amish laundry might seem daunting, there are valuable takeaways for anyone looking to simplify and improve their own routine. Start by focusing on quality fabrics that last longer and are easier to clean. Establish a system that works for your household, whether it's setting designated laundry days or involving family members in the process. And most importantly, approach the task with intention. Laundry doesn't have to feel like a burden. It can be a meaningful way to care for your home and family.